So you want to play Tinman? I'm HangEight, and this is the beginner's guide to Tinman in Hypixel Smash Heroes. To select Tinman, he's the 5th in the Emerald, and he's the farthest to the left of the second row of characters. Tinman's primary left click is his jab, which does 2 damage. Tinman's primary right click is shoot laser, which does 2 damage, and his gun has a magazine of 12 shots total. And it takes 2 seconds for your shots to reload. Tinman's secondary is rocket punch. You have to hit 5 of your primary right click laser shots to charge it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when shot out, it goes straight and does a whopping 12 damage upon impact and has an AoE hitbox. Tinman's passive is overload. When you press shift and you have 60 or more energy at the bottom, you'll see a grid of electricity under you, and it'll send you up into the air, as well as doing 4 damage to anybody that's in the radius. Tinman's ultimate are homing missiles. When you activate your ultimate from wherever you are, a volley of missiles will shoot up into the air and rain down on your opponents, tracking them and all their movements and doing massive damage for 7 damage for each of the 6 rockets that are shot. Now, you may think, only 6 rockets. What if I'm in a match with a bunch of people? They actually scale to how many people are in the lobby. So in 1v1s, there'll be 6. But say if there was 2 people, there will be, I think it's 8 or something like that, and will rain down on their opponents, so they have to hide in order to go from them.
Launching new Seeking missiles.
Tinman's ultimate has a cooldown of 90 seconds, and every time you hit a shot, it'll take 2 seconds off of his ultimate. So you can see I have 49 seconds, or like 46 seconds. Watch. 23 seconds. Look how fast it can charge up. It's why Tinman's ult is one of the fastest charging ults in the game. Now, like other ranged characters, it's always good to be jabbing to get that other extra 2 damage on, but for Tinman, there's something special about him that you have to note. When shooting, you see how fast that shoots out. But if I go to punch during the same time, see how sometimes there's gaps? It'll cause you to sometimes miss your shots as there's gaps in them. So just be wary of that when you're using your punches. As well as this, when your opponent is moving, especially when they're in the air, his shots will actually cancel their momentum. Now, it won't send them back a lot, but it'll cancel their momentum. So if he's to jump in the air, you see how he has the momentum there? And I didn't shoot him. But if he were to do that again, and I would shoot him in the air, see how it's putting him back? And then he's way in front of me. So you can really limit your opponent's movement, and it's a great tool for edge guarding. Oh no, I'm fighting a Tinman, but I have to wait the whole time for it to reload? Not to worry. A good strategy to always keep in mind is if you're shooting your opponent and you're low on bullets, you can press your drop key, whatever your key is, to reload your gun. Now normally this defaults to Q, but I have mine set to Z, but it's personal preference. So if I was to be shooting him and I'm gonna go over here, reload while I'm safe, so the next time he approaches me, I have a full clip to shoot him with. Now, Tinman has the capability of doing lots of damage. Now, if you've been keeping track, 2 damage jab, 2 damage shot, 4 damage overload, and a 12 damage secondary, all that put together does huge amounts of damage if you can land them. And when you think about it, you can get 2 rocket punches charged up in the span of 1 clip. Because if you hit 5 shots total, if I do boom, and then boom, and that was in 1 clip. Watch this damage, alright? If I reload, I killed him! He was at 32 health, and I wasn't even punching or using my overload. Tinman's damage can add up fast, so make sure to make use of it. Now, when you see me do my overload, you may see, wow, that sends you really high in the air. Whoa! Like that. And now, SmashHeroes is a game all about damage and knockback. And if you'll notice, being in the air is not something that you want to do very often if you have poor mobility. Now, Tinman's passive will send you way in the air, so you want to be really careful in using this to not send yourself too far up in the air, as you're going to get juggled very easily. And Tinman hates being juggled. That's why it's called Tinman, because Tinman in Latin means hates being juggled. Just kidding. But there's a remedy for this. If you can time your double jump to happen right after you use your overload, you can actually cancel the upwards momentum that it gives. So say if I were to go to double jump, I'm gonna go way high in the air and they've got plenty of opportunity to juggle me. But if I go like this, whoa, I didn't go very high in the air. Now, the timing is a little funky, but what you want to do is you want to press jump, shift, and jump in a very quick succession, and the momentum from the overload will be canceled by the double jump, but only the vertical momentum, not the horizontal momentum. So you do jump, shift, jump really fast. You go jump to jump. Think of it as a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 type of motion. And look how far I can get from him in a matter of seconds due to that horizontal momentum.
Get ready, and go!
Tinny, oh Tinny boy, the man of tin, and he's a man that's too cool to lose. Well, that's it for the Tin Man Guide. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and stick around for the next episode where we get to talk about Marauder. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.